Okay, today's topic is feel intuitively before you act. This I have chosen this topic because the era which is coming, it is as you are aware, I explained earlier also that we have already had a transition, Mother Earth, from the three-dimensional reality to fifth-dimensional reality. Like, and to be in spiritually saying, it is duality consciousness to unity consciousness. So duality means good, bad, polar opposites. That is like, dislike, better, worse, and things like that. All these kind of things. And unity consciousness is that everything is an experience. It is just, we are here, we are spiritual being having human experiences, not human being having spiritual experiences. The truth is other way around. We have chosen to come to this earth plane. We means our soul consciousness. We have chosen to come to this earth plane to experience something, to enrich ourselves with experience. So I have already explained our soul's journey, the primary reason earlier, I think about 1 month back and 1.5 months back, so what is the purpose of soul's journey. So these are all experiences. But what happened to have the experiences, it is intentionally, our soul consciousness has chosen to disconnect itself. Once it is incarnated, it is disconnected. It doesn't know exactly, we don't know who we are truly, because otherwise we'll not have experience. Like going to see a movie, if you know the whole story of the movie, you will not enjoy the movie. No? There will be no experience, no ups and downs, no thrill, because you know the movie. That is the reason the original thing has not been given. What will happen is not disclosed because you will not have an experience. Suppose you want to have some kind of experience with another person. So if that what is going to happen is known to you, that experience will not happen. Meeting may happen, but experience will not happen. So the approaching that person and how the things develop, and then how it is materializes, all these are part of the experience. That's why it is not disclosed. I'm just explaining what is from higher consciousness, how it has been played out. It is by design we have been given to work with external input, because we need to run this, have to have the experience, we have to protect ourselves, we have to suppose live our life, or in our terms earn money and take care of the family, whatever our duties we need to do externally. Here we cannot say we are soul consciousness, I need not to work, I need not to earn, that will not work. Okay. So we have learned all those things, but what happened was, over the period of time as a humanity, we have given too much importance on the external factors. Too much importance on what is the external matters, and now means at a certain time, most of the people, they think this is all. This is not all. This is the experience like you have when you do the WhatsApp as a group. So you have the WhatsApp group experience, but that is not all of you. In the WhatsApp chat group, it is fine. There is some discussion, there is some ups and downs, there is some jokes and whatever. You experience something, but that is not all of you. You have chosen to go there to have certain experience, maybe to meet with friends and chit chat with them. That's fine. But misunderstanding is, you consider that is all. That is the only thing. There is the misunderstanding. That is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the external world. I am not saying external world is bad. But what I am saying is the understanding our external life is everything, that is not true. We never experience something from the higher dimension. That does not mean it doesn't exist. Suppose I have never gone to the North Pole, Antarctica. It does not mean it doesn't exist. How do we know? We see different people went there, they shared their experiences and all. That's what we know. And same here. Whoever has gone to the higher side, higher dimensions, from them we know how it is, and we if we need to go there, we have to plan. We have to buy the ticket, go to the nearest port, arrange for the further transport, and so on and so forth. So it is up to us if we intend to go there. So spiritual journey is like that. So fundamentally, I'm just giving my understanding of this. Understanding of external world is called so-called science. Whatever science we read, whatever the things, books we read in the educational systems and things like that, those are based on the external world and how externally things work. And spirituality is understanding about your inner world. If you want science, that is a different science, not the same science. It is called neotic science. But anyway, that is spirituality is something completely different because it explores the inner world or unmanifested world. And science is exploring manifested world, which is physically manifested. So why I have given this background? Because it is important to understand that to live in the higher dimensional reality. In the higher dimensional reality, there is no duality, no good and bad. Everything is experiences. Because ultimately, nobody can do anything, no harm without our permission. It is all our own creation. When we are the director of our movies, in that sense. Nobody is punishing. It's not that somebody is punishing and rewarding also. This is nothing like that. We have chosen to undergo certain things. Sometimes it is the multiple souls, they come together and then they wanted to stage a movie or say act like a drama. It is all decided before. So you will play the role of a king, he'll play role of she'll play role of a queen, and this fellow role of a minister, this fellow role of a dacoit, and this fellow role of a somebody, some rich person, somebody poor person. All are drama. They've selected already. Okay, this drama is being played out. Okay, drama is being played out, but only thing is each and every words are not scripted. That is given a free will. Situation has been created, but how you react to it is not defined. It's up to you. That is the experience is all about. Right? Reality show. Okay. In our terms. This term. So it is a reality show. Okay. Who is enjoying the show? Our souls. They are enjoying. So let's see how it goes. Let's give it a try. Okay. Anyway, so as I mentioned, so we are spiritual being having human experience. Okay, this is all about having human experience. So as we are transiting to the unity consciousness, okay, then we need to, whatever we have learned so far will not apply. Particularly those higher realms only we can experience if your mind is quietened. The thoughts are, that's what we practice. No thought zone, entering into no thought zone. If we don't stop our chattering mind, because the chattering mind is controlled by our own ego. Ego controls us, and ego's control is all external. Inner world, they have no power. So what we are learning, quieting this ego mind and explore the internal inner world or the higher dimension so that we can operate. So all the teaching based on how to operate in the external world will not apply. It is like if you have learned all the road traffic rules, now you have to fly an aeroplane. The road traffic rules will not apply. We are not saying road traffic rules are wrong, but it is not good enough for that if you wanted to fly an aeroplane. That is the difference. So that's why we have to, whatever you have learned, you have to, with a clear understanding that in this journey, those rules are not applicable. So today I have chosen one of such rules. That rule is think before you act. This thinking is third dimensional reality. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good advice. But whatever you act out of that thinking is coming from your ego. Most of the cases, even if you think, your ego will be still in the steering wheel. After you thinking, you do whatever your ego tells you to do, or how your ego gets satisfied, or how you will be doing these things. And somebody was telling yesterday, one of my old colleague, so he was telling that, I was very much impressed with your the spirituality and thing. I told some of my friends, so they are saying, "Isme mera kya fayda hai? What is there in me?" I said, for the time being, leave them alone. Okay. No need to give them any advice. It's okay. Let them find out what is there. How इसमें मेरा फायदा क्या है? तो फायदा देखते हैं क्या है. We are nobody to give somebody फायदा. Okay, unless until you realize if some inner voice tells you enough, we are making circles. We need to learn what is the exit. Whoever has traveled before, they can only show here is the exit. From third dimensional to fifth dimensional, the way it goes is your sandhikal, where to do the breathing, But only who has crossed that path, only they will tell you. Otherwise, you will be breathing lifelong. You will never get the sandhikal. As simple as that. You always miss it. Okay, so anyway, what I'm saying is that it is whatever rules are applicable into that third dimensional reality will not be applicable in the higher dimension. And today I will explain how we operate in the higher dimension. I will show you and teach you. So that is the background I have given, that why it is needed. There is nothing wrong. At our will, we can come down and think. No issues with that. We have to do some official project, we can always think. This understanding is, see, it is like building one more stories in your house. So suppose you have a 3-story house, you add another 4-story, 4th and 5th. When you say make your house 5-story building, it does not mean the ground floor you lost. At any point of time, you can come down at your will, but here the choice is more. If you wanted to live at the 5th floor, say your bedroom is at 5th floor, you have a choice. But you have a single-story building, you don't have a choice to, your bedroom to be at 5th floor. So adding higher dimension, exploring more this understanding, capability, etc., it's not losing the lower one. It will be always there. And that is why we teach. Going into spirituality, people got scared. Oh my goodness, my husband will run away to Himalayas. It's not that. We are following householder spirituality. You will lose nothing, but you will add more. That is the understanding, not either or. Okay. Then you have a choice where to live. It's after getting enlightened. If you wish to, you can become a criminal. Nobody will stop you because it is your free will. Okay. It is not that you will lose everything in the bottom, but you will have a higher level of consciousness, awareness, wisdom. And that you have to develop on your own. Nobody can import from outside. It cannot be installed that you plug in and download in wisdom. Okay, that will not happen. It will come from the awareness. Okay, anyway. So what I'm saying is now we have to go to the thinking model, to the higher model. What is higher model? I will explain. So all these, the quotes and things we followed so far, nothing wrong with them. I'm not criticizing them. I'm not saying it doesn't fit into that. Like our, childhood, when we grow up, our dresses become, smaller. No, we are given to our brother, sister, or, somebody, or donated somebody, because it doesn't fit anymore. Same here. Now you are spiritually growing. The old conceptions, old ideas will no longer fit. In fact, it will be a struggle if you want to fit that. If something, some dress you bought when you were 10 years of age, and you wanted to put it on now, it will be difficult for you to fit into that. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with the 10 years old dress, by the way. That's nothing wrong. It's fine. For a 10 years old, that's okay. But it doesn't fit you anymore. So that's why the think before you act, and sometimes I said more, more dangerous thing. I think, therefore I am. No, you think, therefore you didn't realize yourself. I am is a much higher consciousness. You think, that's why you don't, because you think, that's why you don't have the other experiences. When you stop thinking, you will have the other experiences. They become internal noise. So thinking is not everything of you. Okay. If you can say, I breathe, therefore I am, it may make sense, because our breathing will never be lost. All the time we'll be breathing. Okay. So anyway, so these are some kind of our conditioning happen from our education system or whatever we learned earlier. Because of that, we have given too much of importance in thinking. So when somebody talks about it, to stop thinking, we said, well, what the horrible thing, how I will operate, how I do things. So today it will be that answer. Okay, so now then what we'll go into, that is something which will come from inside, not outside. The operating system in the higher level will come from inside, not outside. Thinking is governed by the outside inputs. Something happened, somebody, did something wrong, somebody told me, abusing me and all these things. So it's all outside matters. That changes your thinking. Okay, one changes your thinking, that it triggers some emotion and then you act emotionally. That's how we operate. But in the higher dimension, thinking has no role to play. Because our ego needs to die before we explore further. We have to drop the ego. And when ego is dropped, the ego mind is not there. So we cannot depend on the thinking. And if we depend, most likely we'll be misguided again. Okay, we'll be stuck into I think, therefore I am, and lifelong you'll be stuck there. And I think last week I was telling that now they say that earlier I was smart, I wanted to change the world. And now I'm wise, I wanted to change myself. And that is the right spiritual approach. You cannot change anything else or anybody else. You have to just respect the creation as it is and change yourself, transform yourself. Then you started seeing perfectness in everything. How much love, pure love, none of those loves you normally use. Pure love is there everywhere. And these also I mentioned many times, human beings are incarnation of pure love, manifestation of pure love, prem sarupa. It is created out of pure love energy. Okay, that pure love energy came from original Shakti, the divine feminine, which is operated by the pure love. Okay. Intentionally, I don't bring Har Parvati's picture in this sense. It's not that Shiva and Parvati, it was symbolizes, but don't bring all these pictures. I understand that. It is divine feminine, pure love energy that created human being. So that is our Swarupa, means truly, that is we. And whatever our ego mind is telling, everything else other than pure love, other than that compassion and things, what we normally, the we are one feeling is not there. We are different, I'm better. Okay, this guy is wrong, and this system is broken, rotten. We blame everything around us. But that doesn't transform us. Transform us, what with our own power can take it up. Okay, so we have to now unleash that power, what we already have. We need not to import from anywhere. So that is what we have to live in. So that I will go into that part. So far, whatever I have explained, the background, if anybody has got any question, that please unmute and ask me. All right, I think no question.
Guruji, one thing.
Yes, Hariom.
You want to say inspire your friend to become spiritual. There are two ways. One, people say that first you taste the God and then you teach others or preach to others. Other one is that whatever I have learned till now, I start sharing with people. Which method is better?
No, there is no better or worse method. See, what you need to do is take the message to the people. Don't bring people here. Okay. Let them decide whether to come, whether it interests them. Okay. You are sharing your, experiences and all, that is absolutely fine. Okay. But don't force anybody to come and join and start doing something. It will never work. Because they have a free will. And in fact, I say people have a right not to learn. Okay. We cannot do much. But at the same time, they should know if they are interested, where to go, to whom to ask, to whom to get this knowledge.
One thing, telling your friend is okay. Your own family member, when they don't listen to you, one feels hurt.
Yeah.
Now, who's that feeling hurt is our ego?
Of course.
Or we say that I have done my job, I have told them, okay, this is the path. If they follow, fine. If they don't follow, don't fine.
Correct. That is the right approach. Ma phaleshu kadachan. If they don't follow, don't bother. Okay. We have to leave it there. That part we cannot do. We cannot leave it there. That's why the complexity comes. And also understand it. I'm just sharing my own experimentation with this. A job can be done in 10 different ways. Our idea can give us 2-3 ways. Maybe some other way our idea didn't click. Okay, if somebody is doing one of that, we think what they're doing. They will not be successful, they will fail. That may not be true. Okay, they may have their own way. It is like a climbing a mountain. Huh? So they can find another way to climb the mountain. That side you may not see. You've never gone. Okay. So allow that to happen. That's what we call it. Let the divine, let it happen as per divine will. Okay. Just we have given the advice what we think is better. and leave it there. Whether they will follow, don't follow, they take it, leave it, it's up to them. They have a free will, they have a choice. But if we enforce, then all these clashes will come.
Thank you, Guruji. Because, we, as a father, I feel that my children should learn this at the earliest, or my brother or sister should learn this fastest. You are concerned, I feel concerned, but when I see their response, and at times it hurts. Just to have a clear understanding as to.
No, that is, I fully understand, your sentiment. But again, you take the message to them. Don't bring them here.
Okay.
Let them choose when to act on that message. Okay. You can share what changes you have undergone. You can just share that I have undergone these things. That is fine. But no need to bring them here, because they will not find interesting. It's all we say. Everything has a divine time also.
Correct.
If they are not ready, it will not act. If you see our lives also, whatever, the truth is same. Many masters came and told in different ways to us. Same thing. Okay. But it didn't click when we were, say, maybe 20 years back or 30 years back.
Absolutely.
But now it is clicking. So there is a time. Yeah. So let them have their own time to click.
Okay.
So you cannot force something to come to the ripe stage immediately. Like a fruit has to take its own time to ripe.
Okay. Rajdev, Nimai.
Yes, Nimai.
Okay, what Hariomji was saying, I'll just add on that. So one is that, okay, just tell them they don't listen, leave it there. Next is that for sharing, that also require a platform and environment that sometimes doesn't get created. Third thing, sometimes instead of becoming zero, they start thinking negative, that joining the Rajdeep session is a harmful thing. If that is the thought linger to them, it becomes even more disastrous. I'm just sharing, but I follow the first thing, that I just go there and leave it and leave it to the divine. Okay, let the seed grow up whenever it comes.
Yeah. Now, in this, Nimai, my advice is they have a full right to think whatever they want. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Okay. If somebody's opinion doesn't change the truth, okay, truth remains as it is. Somebody says sun doesn't rise in the east, and that's their opinion, but that doesn't change sun to rise from the west, right?
Right.
So you leave it there. It doesn't matter. Opinion, and if you see this, and also don't give unsolicited advice. It is okay.
Right.
Yeah. Just you prepare the context. If it is not taken, don't waste your time in that. Okay, it's okay. As I said, they have a right not to learn. Okay.
Right. Okay. I follow that. Yeah.
Just leave it there. It's okay. But you try, give them one things. You said these are the things, interesting things. If you like to know, I can share a few things. If they don't show interest, it's fine. Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
There will be time. There will be time they will become interested. So that is the future. Yes.
But only thing, just inform them it is available here.
Right.
If somebody is undergoing certain things, mental stress or this and that, so you say that there is some spiritual solutions, they may try. It's up to them.
Correct.
Don't force them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
So Nimai and Hariomji, not to make it a lighter moment, we are talking about the timing of walking the path of spirituality. So the other day, I was having a discussion with someone, one of our common friends. As you know, we know each other for 36, 37 years. And I told her that it's Rajdeep is to be blamed, that why he didn't get enlightened earlier, so that I would have got a chance to walk on the line of spirituality earlier. So that's what the timing is. So he didn't get to walk on the time, so I didn't walk on the time. So, but it's all about individual's journey, right? So that's how I take it.
See, people find different ways to fool themselves. Let them. Okay. Okay. They are continue to
That's
be
a
in the
nice
illusion.
for it.
Continue to be in the illusion, and they have a full right to be in the illusion stage. Okay.
Yeah.
It is not an excuse who did early, who did wrong. And best time is the now moment. Only this now is the time. There is no other time. Okay. Everything is in a memory or mind game. Okay.
Now,
So,
Ravi, the serious question now.
yeah.
So you talked about the spirituality and the laws of physics and manifested versus the concept in different dimensions spirituality. So, for example, the laws of physics in this earth doesn't work in Venus because it rotates around, as we know, rotates around the sun in opposite direction than the earth. The number of the days it takes to rotate the suns and all the physics are different. So in spiritual world, is it those? I'm not trying to draw a parallel between physics and spirituality, by the way, but I'm saying that since you mentioned about multiple dimensions,
Yes.
are these spirituality, the laws of spirituality are different in different dimensions?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Okay, there are a lot of higher dimensions and their laws are different. Okay. Some places there is only light. All it's how to share the light, how to, utilize the light and rejuvenate with light, and that's it. Okay. There are different dimensions and their rules are different. You need to learn the rule to operate into that level. Okay.
So how
Those
do we
are all
know
there.
that which level we are in to operate? Will it come naturally?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
See, I'm giving a simple example so that you understand. See, you are living now you awake state, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you go into sleep, go into dream state, you are in a different dimension. Okay. You operate differently. No? They have a different rule.
Right.
But you experience, right? You still have that experience of dream without disturbing your other reality. When you wake up, you come to this reality. That's fine.
So when the soul leaves the body, it will be that transition moment from going from one dimension to the other.
Yes,
It will
sure.
naturally happen.
Yeah, because then you will be tapped into all the soul's powers.
Okay.
We have now, but you are not tapping into that because that needs your conscious choice of the physical body, brain.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So we will proceed further on this. Right. So in higher dimension, we have to drop the mind to enter there. Mind means ego mind, thought mind, which is thinking. So you have to go to no thought zone and you have to enter there. So then how do we operate then in the higher dimension? Because the thoughts are not, because if the thoughts are running, we cannot enter into that dimension. In thoughtless state, then we go into the experience. Here comes the role of your heart. When the people say you operate by heart, the heart chakra is placed in the center of our body. If you see the chakra wise, it is the third chakra, the down 2, up down 3 and up 3 also. Okay. Most of the people operate by the lower 3 chakras. When the heart chakra opens, then you can tap into the heart's power. And it is already proven, the power of the heart is much, much more than, about 1,000 times more than your brain. And there are, different research have been done on this one, and all those are there. I'm not going into all these references because those are informations only. Heart Math Institute and all these kind of things have been formed. This is just to utilize the power of a heart, not the brain. Our actually in the higher dimensional operating system is through heart, not through brain. An operating principle, the way the heart operates is through feelings, not thoughts. So now we need to learn how to use our heart and how to use our feelings to operate in this world. Not in this world, in the higher dimension.
Guruji, one small thing. Now,
Yes.
we generally hear that first comes the thought and then the feeling is generated
Yeah.
in the normal three-dimensional world.
Yes.
Because if you have a
Because,
thought of drinking a Pepsi, then the feeling of that thing then starts getting generated. Or if you think of your child, that emotion comes or feeling comes. But how will
Mhm.
we have now the feeling without the thought in the higher dimension?
Yeah, good question. Those feelings, no? Those feelings, what thought generates is coming from your emotions.
Hanji.
Okay, happy emotion, sad emotion and all those things. Those are created by the thought.
Hanji.
And that's why not all the feeling. I'm talking about the intuitive feeling. Okay, if you see our subject today, it is written the feel intuitively.
Correct.
Okay, and I will come to that. Just allow me to finish this part. Okay, explanation. Then I will come back on this matter. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Guruji.
Yeah. So now, what heart does is heart gets the feeling from the inner knowing. It is a soul consciousness. Our soul knows everything. Soul need not to learn anything from anyone. We are here to experience, not to learn. Learn means, okay, grow by experience, but theoretically, it is everything is known by the soul consciousness. So we basically forget about wasting time in the external world. If we connect our soul consciousness, then we will know everything. But our soul knows. Soul knows our past lives, present sure, and future, what is going to happen. Our soul knows. We never contacted our soul for this thing. That's what we don't know. It's our external brain doesn't know. So then this soul consciousness, this inner knowing, they communicate with us through our heart, but use the brain as a platform only. Like in a computer system, you need some kind of platform to run that thing, to play. Or in the, say like a whiteboard where you can write something. It is just used as a board. It doesn't have nothing more than that. So when this information, when this inner knowing is come to our heart, then heart send it like something called quantum package to the mind, and that then becomes it's a thought. I'm talking intuitive message now, not every thought, not everything comes this way. Some thoughts are picked up from the external environment. The current energy, current things have been picked up by the mind. I'm not talking about that. Somebody has told something wrong. My mind already started thinking without consulting heart. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking the technology of the intuitive feelings. When it comes, then we understand this. But you can also work without even understanding it, because these informations are not logical. And I give an example how our soul consciousness or intuitive feeling works. See, some bus is coming, one lady is carrying her child in a pram, and suddenly the lady has fallen down. And the pram is going in front of the bus, and bus is coming. And you are a passerby, you are just walking away. You don't know the lady, you don't know the child, but you see the bus is coming. Suddenly you will see, you will be surprised, you jump into it, take the child in your lap and come out, and then bus crashed that pram. Who has advised you to do that? You don't know. Logically, you are not supposed to do this activity, but you do. This kind of things, yeah, sometime it automatically comes. It comes instantly. What to do? You know exactly what to do. There's nothing to let me think about it. Is it enough distance? Can I jump that much? Can I hold that baby? If the baby has got some issue with, some physical problem, leg issue, will not get hurt. These are all mind chattering. Chattering, in fact, to discourage you to take any action. But sometimes you bypass the mind and do directly what is needed to be done at that given moment. Okay, in this case, your mind is bypassed. You act whatever heart tells you, and this is your inner knowing. It is your intuitive feelings that make this thing happen. So these are the different types. What I'm saying is already have it, it opens up in case of some situation. But this faculty is there within you. That shows. You never thought about it, how to save this baby, It already happens. Anyway, so main thing in instrument, so we have to open up our heart and try to get that. We need to understand it. I will come back to the different characteristics of that, how it works. And we have to act accordingly. Then we are in the domain of operating in the higher level of consciousness, bypassing the thought mind, ego mind. But of course, it will come from the heart, but only the first instant. Second and third thoughts are analysis. You have to act with the first thought, no matter how logical it sounds. Sometimes if feeling comes, okay, I need to call my mother. Instantly, you just call. Don't give too much of thinking how to do, is the right time to call, or maybe, okay, I called 3 days back, so okay, it is okay if I call that. These are the second, third thoughts. Okay, something is come intuitively, you act. No second guessing, no second, third thoughts. Because that package, the quantum package, has been sent by your heart. And that's why you are instantly thinking something out of the blue. There was no other context of thinking that thing. So this is how, I'm just explaining, this is how our heart works. And now let me give you some kind of characteristic difference, that what are the characteristic of this intuitive, the messages what we get. Okay. First thing is that it will come to the heart, not to the brain. Okay, so we have to just be concentrating on our heart, and I will come back to that exactly how we do it. So it will come back to, we have to feel about this, not you are thinking about it. And second is, it is not verbal, just it is a feeling. There'll be no content. There is no sequence or content. There'll be no story. It is just a message. I call it cryptic message. Few words only. You will understand what does that mean. When Babaji communicates with me, he gives cryptic messages, but I understand everything what he needs to say. Not what he needs to say, I'm sorry. What I need to understand. Few words, but whole understanding comes. Okay. So higher dimension, it does not give you explicit stories to make you understand. If your heart is open, few things are okay. You understand that. So there'll be no verbal content. Okay. It's a feeling and you understand that feeling. And you understand what to do. No further elaboration, explanation, and all these things are required. You will know it. This is the inner knowing. Okay. And next is, it is emotionally neutral. It does not trigger an emotion. If something is triggering the emotion, but Hari Om was telling earlier, those are thoughts. If you see something came and you feel very sad, very angry, okay, those are thoughts. Those are not feelings. These kind of feelings are emotionally neutral. I'm talking intuitive feeling. I'm not talking about the feeling generated by some thoughts and I felt bad and then I start crying. When it comes, like in the example of you saving the child from the in front of the bus, you take the child to your lap. There is emotionally neutral. You didn't expect a clap from an audience. It happened momentarily, and that's it. It is complete by itself. This is intuitive feeling, emotionally neutral. You didn't first you feel sad about the child, oh my goodness, the child going to die, and then decided to jump. No. No emotion, direct. And this part is also, it is difficult for us to explore because these are not logical. And if you bring the logic, you might have done the other way around. Logic, mental explanation, no explanation. You don't know why you acted that way that time. There is no explanation. Okay, you are just going in a city, you have suddenly decided not to go into that area, go in this way. Suddenly some message came and you decided to, you take the car from other way. Why, you don't know. Okay, but you acted on that particular inner thing that came to you. So better to avoid that area. Okay, that's it. And why it happened, what could have been happened, those are all, is it necessary to do it? Why I should, these are all mind games. Okay, after that. Something came, you just followed, that's fine. It's okay. Why, what could have been happened? If I go there, would I have to meet with an accident and all? Doesn't matter. There can be different reasons. And you followed whatever, some guidance came, and that's it. And leave it there. So this is the characteristics of your intuitive feelings. And as it is coming from the soul, your soul knows everything. So it is you will be best guided because soul is your inner guru. All this purpose of whole thing, the enlightenment process is all about awakening your inner guru. And then you get guidance from your inner guru moment by moment. Every moment you will get a guidance. How your inner guru will guide you? Through your feeling, by your heart, the way I just explained. It is all about establishing connection and get the guidance. All right, now let me explain how we can practically, because we are not, we said too much of theory. How do you know that I'm getting an intuitive feeling? Now I'm explaining that. Okay. We all learn Hridaya Upasana, right? And the 6th step, first we learn, concentrate on your heart and feel the heartbeat. All of you do, no? Every time we do that. We call it Hridaya Upasana. Okay, is it concentrating on your heart? Feel your heartbeat. Get into the rhythm of your heartbeat. Every session I guide like that, correct? All of you, show thumbs up if you remember. All right, okay, fine. So, if you focus on your heart, when intuitive, listen very carefully. When the intuitive message comes, your heart rate changes. I'm not saying changes a negative way. You can feel the change. The minor, externally it is minor. Heart start fluttering. So when you are in a Hridaya Upasana state, or maybe ever, you may be walking, but you are concentrating on a heart, that heart rate changes. I'm giving you a physical way to understand when we receive that. Okay. If you're sensitive, you can catch it. When heart started fluttering and the feeling you get, follow that. That is your soul sending you a message. And of course, that message is cryptic, but the understanding will get downloaded instantly. Okay, you get a short message, heart start fluttering, you remember that, you know that now rate has just changed because you're concentrating. You already practice enough of this, Hridaya Upasana, so you will be able to quickly pick up. Yes, now heart is starting changing. So that is the physical way to understand when we receive the intuitive message. Okay. And that will be send it to your brain with some kind of energy packet, the quantum package. Okay, I'm just explaining the theory. I'm not explaining here the quantum physics. I'm just telling this quantum area is something which is not fully physical. It doesn't follow all the rules of the physical reality, but it is there. And that explains many things which is unexplained earlier. So you can say this heart, that feeling, it is the stage before the thought. And that is why we say catch them at the energy stage. That is intuition. When something, we say we intend that. Intend means it is coming from your heart, not from the mind. Then I could have used imagine this. Always in this, when we practice, after we practice our, meditation session, I said, now your energy chakras are open, center of your palm. If you wanted to send the healing energy somebody, intend that person is in front of you. I don't say imagine that person is, no. Imagine is your mind construct. If you imagine, that person will not come there. The energy of the person will not be available there. When you intend, it is your heart's content. It is a quantum state. It's an energy state. So your intention, you send that energy to person to be there, and the energy of the person will be there. And then you give the healing energy through this. And that's how the, energy flows where your intention is, not where your thought is. It will never go there where your thoughts are. Okay. In fact, if actually our energy follows our thought, we could have been a terrible world. Okay. Okay, all this kind of the dirty minds could have been enacted and what is called manifested. Luckily, we don't have that. Anyway, so this is how this inner knowing soul conveys message to us, and we need to receive the guidance. But during the process, the chattering need to stop. Otherwise, we miss it. We don't get our the flat with the rate variability of the heart and things like that, because mind is chattering. They take all our energy and attention. That is why we cannot listen to this kind of things. So that is what we practice. Stop, chattering mind and then concentrate. You will get it clearly, because you are not generating thoughts. That thought can come and confuse you. In fact, in that level, you will never be confused. All the time you are in inner knowing, and it is complete in that moment. Okay. And second part is you have to act on that. No second thought, no second guessing. Then again, ego will come and trap you out. If you think whether I should jump or not to save the child, it will most likely will not, because your mind has already taken over. Somebody is dying in a swimming pool and you know swimming, you don't bother what dress you are in, how you look like. You'll jump and save that child who is drowning. But if mind comes, oh, I may not be appropriate. Oh, other lifesavers are what they're doing. It is their job, not my job. But this mind chattering will come. Okay. But if you act what your heart says, the child will be saved. This is how our soul consciousness are giving us the message, and we're receiving these messages. Okay. And all right. So now if you have any question, you can ask me. Then I will give you the last point on this matter. What is known by the moment-by-moment guidance.
Guruji, we were talking about heart chakra, Anahata chakra, when you were explaining. And then
I'm talking about the heart.
Now we are talking about the heart. So now, what is the difference? Initially, I thought that intuition comes from the heart chakra.
No. It is a heart. Intuition. It means. Let me put it in this way. What I'm talking about, the heart rate, and concentrate on that. That is basically physical heart, no?
Physical heart. Okay.
Yeah. Heart chakra. If heart chakra is not open, that level, you will not get all higher dimensional messages. So first requirement is open your heart chakra.
Okay. Heart chakra.
Energetically open the highway. That's what it does.
Okay.
But then use your heart as a vehicle to connect with your soul consciousness. Okay. Two different things. Heart chakra is for opening, activation it needed to open that. Without heart chakra opening, you will not get this message. You'll always miss it. That is the right answer.
Thank you so much for the clarification. Now, there is something known as spiritual heart also, Guruji.
Spiritual heart.
It's to the right of the right side of our body.
No. There is no. I don't know.
Okay.
I have no knowledge. I cannot share that.
Okay.
In my experience, there is no heart on the right side of no. Okay, only heart chakra and that our heart, physical heart.
Thank you.
Okay, basically I'm not saying it is not there. What I'm saying, I never experienced that. I cannot share something what I personally directly not experienced. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
that's the question. So
okay, yes, Shaival.
So, for example, the external sense organ, say the eyes, right? The retina, when they receive the signal, right, we know that it takes 1/10 of a second. It cannot send the signals to the brain less than 1/10 of a second. So that's why we don't register too many flashes if it happens very frequently. So the heart is not an external sensory organ, but when we receive something in the heart and the signal is going to the brain, and for that signal not to be intercepted by thought, is there a time of that? Can it be measured in that time? That how quickly something will come so that heart sends directly to the brain and not intercepted by the mind?
No, because it is instantaneous what heart sends. Okay. So I don't have that. There might be some research done. I'm sure there will be some few nanoseconds or something, but it is much, much faster than the thought enters. Okay.
I see. Okay.
It comes instantly, basically.
Yeah. So when we are in no thought zone, that means thought is not intercepting that message.
Yeah, intercepting or disturbing, like their noise. Suppose you are getting a heart message from the heart, as well as there are a lot of noise. Like if I wanted to there is a lot of microphone all around you. You cannot listen what I'm talking, no? That need to be reduced so that you can listen to focus on what is been you can listening through your device, mobile or laptop. So those need to stop, like thought need to stop just so that you can focus on what you need to listen at this moment.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
Guruji, I
So
have a
now,
question.
yes, Rekha, go ahead.
Guruji, suppose like you gave an example that there's a bus coming and you jump in. But suppose if I'm not successful, the child also passes by and I get hurt badly, or even
Yeah.
I may die. In that case, everybody will say, they will not see I did from heart. It was my heart message and I did that. Everybody will say, "Arey, you were a big fool. Why did you jump? That child had to die." I mean, this way also it can happen, and it is usually more on this side. Being successful, it's very. I feel it's very tough.
Yes. No, what this is what typically the mind thinks this way. Okay. When it will happen, no, you will not know. You will not even think all these things. I'm just giving bus example. Maybe you're thinking I'm not physically strong to jump inside the bus. That's fine. Okay. I understand that. This is just an example. It can be something similar. Okay. See, what happens is sometimes you see you look at that top, there is some, say, coconut tree. One coconut is falling. Yeah. And there is one guy next to you. You just push the guy, the coconut falls so that the guy gets saved. That pushing that guy has come instantly. Forget about the bus example. It can be any minor things, okay, that you do instantly without even thinking.
Fine, Guruji. But what I have realized in my lifetime, when we take some decisions by heart, like some people, they donate something, even sometimes more than their pocket, being given a message by heart, oh, you should help this man, he's really in bad state, like a beggar or somebody. But then you realize oh, his pocket was not allowing for that much amount, and he did that. Then people say, oh, tumne kyun kiya? I mean, if we think by heart, we cannot. That is not the right decision by the mind.
No,
There's always a conflict.
No, there is a conflict. Those are not what you are mentioning. Those are not what heart messages sent by the soul. Okay, just to keep it aside. Those are something decisions we have to take in the social level. Okay, there's nothing to do with your soul consciousness. Okay. What you are saying that you are doing good jobs, but that does not necessarily it came from your heart messages. This is a fundamentally, just keep them separate. If you want to do some charity, and then you have to take a decision how much you give, to whom you to give, and there's nothing to do with the heart and soul message into that. Okay. It is your decision making when your own system is in place. If you have to decide something for your own, not about the society and all, or what society say. Society always says something. It is up to you whether you give them control or not. If you allow every Tom, Dick and Harry will come and give you a lecture, you do this, you do that. Okay. It's a different issue altogether. It's a social, way of handling things. I'm not talking about that. Here I'm talking about something intuitively came from within you. This is for you. It's not from somebody else. Okay. Whether child get helped or somebody droning gets saved and all those things, this is what your soul's guidance. Okay. And without souls, I'm just giving you your apprehension about the bus will come and hit you. Soul knows if the bus will hit you or not. And if you have to leave the body, soul will decide how to leave the body. For that, you need not to create all the story of bus and all. You can fall down in a bathroom and die. As simple as that. if soul decides to leave the body. So it is not about what the external circumstances are happening. It is important whether you are acting on that message or not, and that will be not logical. What people say doesn't matter. If you do this, people will say. If you don't do this, then also people will say. It is not about the people. It is about you. Okay. So I'm just talking about how to act on that. Now, next I will give you what is it. Soul knows everything. It knows the bus. It knows the bus's speed. It knows everything. How many people are standing there? What dress they are wearing? What is their height? How much distance they are there for, if anyone is there to support you, everything soul knows at that moment by the multi-point awareness. I was explaining the other day, if you have just traveled say 10 kilometers by your car, you don't remember, what are the things, major street, maybe some turning and all, you remember some big showroom you remember or big placard you remember, that's all you consciously remember. But if we hypnotize you and go to your subconscious mind, you exactly tell which point, which car, opposite car is crossed, what is the color, what is the make of the color, make of the car, how many people are sitting there, which direction they are going, how much speed they're in. Every car on the street will come from your subconscious mind. I'm talking subconscious mind. And now the soul consciousness is much higher level. It will have all the knowledge, everything. It cannot do some mistake to put you in front of a bus. Never. Okay, I'm just giving understanding point of view. It will not happen. In soul level, accident doesn't happen. Okay. There is nothing called accident in soul level. Everything is known. We feel it like an accident. No. Okay, but it will not happen. Accident into that area. But only thing you have to trust that. If you don't trust your own soul consciousness, then that I will just explain now. Yeah. Then you cannot move. Okay. So forget about, my advice, forget about what people are saying. Let them say. You enjoy what they're saying. Okay. But you decide what your inner guru is telling.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Guruji, I have got a question. You just said now
Yes,
how
Manali.
to live the soul's plan is how to leave this body or when to leave this body. So is committing suicide also soul's plan to leave this body like that?
It is not. It is your free will. You will bind
Okay.
big karma if you do suicide, because that was not in the soul's plan. If you go and jump from the 10-story building, that was not soul's plan. Suicide is not a soul's plan.
But
Suicide
being
and some
murdered
accidents,
or being murdered, that is also soul's plan?
It depends. If you have an earlier karma that you murdered somebody in another life, then it may be settling the karma. But it is also possible something new is happening, and these are the accidents. These are the not as per soul's plan.
Okay.
Okay, there is a possibility. All right. Okay. Now. Okay. Now, the last part. Last part is, let me tell you that this inner knowing from the soul, there is a difference between the classical science, how they explain intuition, and how the spiritual masters they felt about intuition. In the traditional science, psychology and all, intention is a subconscious mind phenomena. Okay, I was just giving one example of, if you just play your hypnotize and bring subconscious mind and all. In spiritually, I'm just making you just understand that it is not a subconscious mind phenomena. It is not a mind phenomena at all. Forget about subconscious, conscious, and unconscious mind. Yes, if you like to associate with it, it should be super conscious mind, which is a soul's mind. We have already learned that 4 different states of mind. So basically, I'm saying it is not a subconscious mind phenomena. It is a superconscious mind phenomena. And superconscious mind doesn't hold into the brain. It's coming from the soul consciousness. So intuition is a superconscious mind phenomena, and it is conveyed to you through your heart. You feel that directly, with no analysis, no thinking, no logic, because these are beyond logic. Heart chakra is a 500 hertz, the P wave. They call it love and above frequency. In that frequency, logic, the brain, that external logic does not apply. Okay, and to some extent, these are percolated down into our real life also. तो बोलते हैं ना, जिसको पसंद करते हैं उसका सात खून माप. Means इसको, if you love somebody, you forgive everything about him or her. See, there you don't apply logic, correct? And that is about the very limited edition. And think of that when you are in the pure love, the ocean of pure love with the soul consciousness. Because we are Prem Sarupa. We are created out of pure love energy. And when you merge into that, when you get connected to that, we are in the ocean of pure love. And we operate from there. We take action. So every action you take out of that, it is called compassion. All the spiritual masters take action out of compassion. Compassion is action with pure love. Or manifestation of pure love is called compassion. So you are basically tapping to that energy, which you all have been created with. There's a pure love energy, and that is a formula to connect. And only as a characteristic wise, I have already told you that it gives you moment by moment guidance. Sometimes we use nowadays while driving, use a GPS thing, no? Map, which are the direction, and then what is called start. What is called that guided thing? So, some ladies start talking, do this, take right, take left. Some lady you never met, never know.
Navigation.
Huh?
Navigation.
Navigation, yeah. GPS navigation, all mobile they have. Some lady tell you now to take left and 300 meter take U-turn or something like that. Now you are getting guidance from somebody you never know, who instrument, and all those things, but you are driving, no? You will reach to your destination by following that. Same way, you will be guided with your intuitive messages, moment by moment. While driving, you need not to know all the turns, all the roads, all the traffic conditions, because you are depending on the navigation. Same way, you have to depend on your inner guru. Inner guru knows where is your destination. Even you need not to know the destination. You have to just start and follow the guidance and navigation. And that is how you operate in the higher dimensional reality. If you fix the destination, you may miss it, or you will come to a lower level of lower destination. Leave it to your inner guru. Leave it to your soul conscious. Soul exactly knows. It was there with you lifetime after lifetime. Millions of lifetimes and hundreds of human lives. It is with you. It exactly knows where you need to go. Give that navigation, even if you consciously don't know the destination, because you've never gone there. Okay, suppose as I given earlier example, I wanted to go to Antarctica, and then I've taken a flight. Then trust the pilot knows where to land the flight. Huh? Oh my goodness, I never gone there. How can I trust this guy? You will never be able to go. So that's what I'm saying. This is the last part of the message. Your soul knows everything. It knows your destiny or destination very well. And the way, just listen this part carefully, way the soul guides you to your destination through intuitive messages. What you need to catch and act moment by moment. Because moment is the only moment you have. Others are all your mind game. And on the spiritual path, we don't depend on the mind games. Like in the navigation device, while driving, if you're thinking, oh, last time I came, it was telling right, now it's telling left, what's wrong with this? You messed up. Your journey will be messed up. Just follow the guidance your navigation is giving, the device is giving you at that moment. Follow it. You will be reaching your destination. Maybe some road is crowded, it is giving you alternate route, but follow that. Don't apply your brain. I remember first time I came to the Middle East, in the Muscat. We were just driving, and I wanted to go to some place, like some university, Sultan Qaboos University. So I know physically that is the left-hand side of the road. But I saw the direction is showing right. I said, there must be something wrong. The direction is wrong. Then I traveled a little further. 2-3 seconds, they are all showing the right. I said, what's wrong with that? It should be showing left. Then I could not reach there. Yeah. But then I later on realized these are all underpasses. Just take U-turn and go below the road and then reach the other side. As simple as that. But what happened there was I applied my brain, my understanding of the roads, how I should travel. This is my car, I am traveling, I should decide where to go. And you decide, that's what you messed up. You didn't follow the road sign. Even if you have to go left, you are showing right, you take right. So in that's why it is not logical. This intuitive feelings comes like that. If intuitive feeling telling you to take right, you take right. No matter if you wanted to go to left. This is how navigation works. And that's why I have given an example so that you clearly understand what I'm talking. You need to think of the destination, how I can go there, is the right way to go, and nothing. Leave it to the device to take care of you. Similarly, leave it to your soul consciousness and listen to the soul consciousness through intuitive feelings, moment by moment. You will be definitely there. When we don't listen, we make a mistake, which we call it detour. We'll come back later on, but we're wasting time and effort. That's how soul consciousness works. And that is what we say, the feel intuitively before you act. What you have to act, just next moment what you have to do. And that's it you need to do. Very simple. Whatever you're feeling that moment, only the next moment in the next moment, another feeling will come, follow that. That's it. You will be reaching destination. Fine and most best way possible. You will reach there. So this is about our topic, and this is I explained. Now you can ask if there is any question from this part of the discussion, the how to receive soul's guidance.
Guruji, I have a question.
Yes, Sulabha.
Sometimes when we see a person or a situation, we get a feeling. Now, I keep wondering if it's my emotion or my intuition. How do you find the difference between the two?
Yeah. So what technique I told in today's message is you connect to your heart and see whether this heart rate changes while getting the messages or not.
Okay.
If it is, then it is your intuitive message. If not, then most likely it will be the feeling has been created by your mind. Okay,
All
and another way you can think is if you see while doing that whether any past memory is coming or not. If the past memory is coming, it is your mind game.
okay.
If you are assessing only at that moment, suppose somebody has cheated you in the past and that person is appearing. If the feeling that cheating and all memory comes now, then it will contaminate your present moment. That is definitely not coming from your intuition. It's coming from your memory. Maybe just say hi, hello, and goes. Nothing wrong. Maybe, that person is already changed. But we always see a person based on our memory and experience earlier. Disconnect with that. Take the decision at this moment based on your current feeling without analysis.
Okay. Fine.
Then your appropriateness, you will get it. You will be guided. This moment by moment, what you will say. All right. So if there is no other question, we'll start our Kriya and meditation.
I have a question.
Yes, Monali.
Guruji, yeah, to get the soul guidance from moment to moment, so every time you have to concentrate on our heartbeat, or only during the meditation, or whenever we feel like it's like that. Is it like that, or?
Yeah, actually, when you practice, meditation are all for initially required for the practice purposes. Okay. After that, the stage we go, higher dimensional living is all about being in the meditative awareness all the time. You should be aware of your breath and the heartbeat. It will happen all the time. You will know it. Okay, now we are thinking it will take effort to bring your attention and all those things, because effort is needed because we are still operating at the mind level. Our mind cannot focus more than one thing at a time. But we practice multi-point awareness. In the last stage, with multi-point awareness, the multiple things you will be aware of. And when you practice without any conscious effort, you will be doing it. Like cycling and driving, we need not to be aware of which pedal you are pressing, brake or accelerator, and which side your hand is moving, and it will come automatically. Okay, so the conscious effort part will go. You will be automatically in the connection with your breath and the heart, and you will know it when you get the message through your heart. A little bit variation in the heart, little fluttering, you will know that, okay, now I received the message. And whatever current feeling, that is your message. Okay. Till now, it is fully theoretical to you. That's what, and that's why it is difficult to absorb. I understand that. Like I normally give example of mango. If somebody has never tasted a mango, even if I gave 10 hours lecture and give one book to read for 1,000 pages and 10 presentations, that person will not get the taste of the mango. It come nearby, something, some imagination. Best thing is to give a piece of mango, taste it, baat khatam. He knows. It goes into knowingness how a mango tastes. Same here. It's not a difficult thing. Only thing you have to experience few times, little bit practice. And what are the practice? Same, what we do, 6-step meditation. In the 6-step meditation, everything is there, everything. Okay, all these, you have been prepared for this. If you practice, you have it. That's what I was giving example of, that you have to do that Hridaya Upasana that time. But Hridaya Upasana does not mean you have to close your eyes, give in the expanded awareness. That is the practice part. But after that, at your will, you will automatically get connected. Just simple intention. Now, I get connected, the feeling, and act on the feeling. That's it. Okay, bypassing the mind. That's all. You will learn. It will be your normal state of operating in this when you leave that higher dimensional living or fifth dimension. It's already, earth energy has already changed. Okay, whoever applying this, they are enjoying. Okay, they are in bliss and pure love. All the time it is being experienced. The perfectness. Okay, so we have to get out of this business of the mind. Mind is taking us in the world like a fly, it goes and sits only in the dirty places. It doesn't see, the beauty of the world. It goes and sits into that. That's what our mind does. Come out of that. So we see the perfectness and beauty of this world, and we experience, and it doesn't depend on anybody else, because nobody has power. We have all the power. We are the one. And that power needs to be unleashed and experienced. That's it. All right. Okay. It will come through practice. Be in the breath awareness and the heart awareness. You need to practice. Once you have done that, it will automatically come. Okay.